For those of you just joining me, welcome. I wanted to talk to you guys today about something that's really important to me. UCAN. UCAN is a 100% volunteer-run, award-winning grassroots cancer organization. Stands for United Cancer Advocacy Action Network, because we are advocates that take action to help those with cancer all across the country. I started that nonprofit after a 2-time battle with rare terminal cancer. And it is something that has completely changed my life and impacted my life in a way I never, ever thought it would. We have impacted the lives of over 10,000 cancer patients all across the country, nationwide. 10,000 cancer patients in 10 years. What? Oh my God, it's amazing. So I wanted to tell everybody about this really exciting thing that I've been working on for the past couple years. It started after a cross-country trip I took in 2011. I went with a really great friend of mine who was also my assistant at the time for UCAN. And we drove 8,500 miles in 21 days for the sole purpose of finding out what cancer hospitals provided what information to cancer patients about preventative dental care. Because through all of my experiences I had with chemotherapy and radiation, it made my teeth fall out. Seriously, that is a thing. Dental deterioration. So, these are fake. You never would have guessed, right? So after we got back from that trip, that 21-day trip, my friend said to me, Rachel, why don't you start making ice cream that I can eat? Because she was a diabetic. And every time we stopped on that trip, in most cases, I would get a fruit popsicle and she couldn't eat it because it had way too much sugar in it. So when we got back to town, I started making this really different, really unique ice cream with no sugar, okay? And I made these wild combinations of flavors. I did like a fruity ambrosia, and I did a plum rosemary balsamic, and I did a tangerine lavender, and I did a peppermint coffee. And I always came up with all of these really fun, different, unique flavors. And we used to do ice cream socials at our previous office, inviting people to try our stuff and check it out. And people really, really loved it back then when we were making it. I kept making it the same way. It was always dairy-based. We used a whey-based, dairy-based sweetener alternative, which was similar a little bit to stevia, but not totally. And we did that for a while until one of our friends suggested we make some vegan stuff. So then we started making some vegan products. Vegan ice cream. So good. Okay. So that was, we started making ice cream in 2011 after that cross-country trip. And then we started making it more like vegan in 2012. And we were just making it as a fun thing to do, as something to help any of our patients that maybe wanted to have ice cream but couldn't have it because of the sugar. Because if you don't know, sugar is bad for us. We should not be eating stuff with sugar. It's more addictive than, I believe, cocaine or heroin. So we were making this product that was absolutely amazing and people loved it, right? So one of the things that I had a problem with when I was making it was being a cancer survivor and being so much more aware of chemical products, chemicals that are in foods, sweeteners or colorants that were not completely natural. I didn't feel right using artificial flavoring, stuff that wasn't really real. I didn't feel okay with using flavoring that had alcohol in it. I didn't feel comfortable using stabilizers, chemical stabilizers, or chemical colorants. And I had talked to a lot of people about it, and nobody really had a solution for it, right? So I just kept making it the way that I made it. Well, back in 2015, someone had posted something about CBS doing a segment on unique foods products that people were making. And I submitted my story and CBS chose me. It was so exciting, okay? CBS chose me and another lady to be on this segment called The Next Mrs. Fields, A Sweet Success. So that's 2015, right? That's 4 years I had been making this ice cream. So I got on the show, and this segment, I had them sample an apple pie flavor, a cinnaberry flavor, both of which were vegan, and also a pumpkin pecan pie chocolate chip ice cream. All amazing, wild, fun flavors, right? And in this segment, I met a research and development chef, Chef Andrew Hunter, and I was interviewed by an amazing news anchor, Elsa Ramon, and we had so much fun talking about, you know, the company that I wanted to start. I wanted to start this ice cream company because people kept asking me, how do I buy your pints of ice cream? And I said, well, I have to start a company so I can get it out there. And so when I talked to the research and development chef and I talked to him after the show, what he told me was, he said, try using nut butters to make your stuff creamier, because I said, I don't like using these chemical stabilizers. I don't like using any of these chemical ingredients. I want to use real ingredients, natural, real ingredients. And he said, use nuts, right? So after that segment was so cool. And don't worry, we have included that for you here. Are you ready? Make sure you watch it.